Hi.
Hello everybody. I never thought I'll reach this goal in the first place, but here we are. First of all, I just want to say thank you all for 2,000 subscribers. It is a big number for a small creator like me. If you would ask me last year that I will reach this goal, then I would not believe you. I mean, I was just shy of 1,000 subscribers last year, and I thought that was crazy enough. Yeah, a year later, I already have 2,000 subscribers. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Uh, I would not be here without you guys. Uh, Special thanks to Lena. You're amazing. Now to the main part of the business. I will answer some of your questions you sent to me on YouTube and Discord. Gotta say, I have quite a bit of questions to answer. So thank you all for asking these questions. But I also have to edit quite a lot of footage. But anyway, I think that some of these questions are interesting and very fun to answer. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first questions will be on Discord, also known as people who have the will to stay in my dead server. Help me revive it by clicking that link in the description. And you're probably getting tired of me beating the bush for a few hours, so let's just start. So, the first question will be from Darkside, which asked, how do you gain new ideas for your compositions and what inspired you to become a composer? To answer the first question, it I just improvise what comes in my mind and build it from there through MuseScore, or write it like immediately because I don't really want to lose it, and save it for later. And to answer the second question, I think someone else asked this question to on YouTube. I think I'll put it later. But anyway, it's funny because I became a composer because of Piano Tales. Yeah, that game that didn't exist anymore. Yeah, that was sad. I used to play a lot of Piano Tales when I was grade 4. Uh, and that also got me to classical music in general. So, yeah, one thing leads to another. I asked my father to buy me a keyboard or piano, whatever. And yeah, the rest is history. The next question comes from Allergic to Dog. Yeah, interesting name there. But you may recognize this guy as Ron De Los Santos. Yeah, that guy who beat me at that episode 3. Anyway, since I already answered the second question, I'm only gonna answer the first one, which is, what are your favorite composers? Throughout my life, it has always been Chopin, who is my favorite composer. His music has been a big influence in my music, so that's why it sounds emotional. And yeah, yeah, his pieces are amazing, like Prelude in A flat major, and especially Scherzo in E major. Pretty underrated piece. You should listen to it. But I mean, I can't go wrong with Rachmaninoff. I mean, his second piano concerto is sublime, especially the second movement. The final questions will be coming from Potato Salad Lord, which asks, do you subscribe often and how often do you borrow ideas from other composers? To answer the first one, yeah, not very often. I mean, I used to transcribe a lot of classical pieces on my really crappy Samsung smartphone back in the day. But yeah, I don't transcribe that often anymore. But I did transcribe a few songs like the PASQ hymn and Kadungan a few years back. And to answer the second question, very very often. Okay, now that we got the Discord questions out of the way, let's move on to the questions from YouTube. And boy, do we have some interesting questions here. So let's get straight into it. Multiple people have asked me what my favorite composition I have made, and picking a favorite is difficult because I've made so many good pieces, especially in the later years that I don't know what to pick. But what I can say is that Kintab is definitely one of my favorites. The fact that it can touch so many people's hearts is just it just amazes me and also warms my heart also. So yeah. Sunflower is also one of them. It is my favorite flower, and I think I really made the flower justice. And the final piece I will be mentioning as one of my favorites is Loneliness, which I wrote June last year. Just when the quarantine started. I really like the fact that I portrayed loneliness the way that I wanted it to, and I am glad that people actually relate to it. So that's why it's one of my favorites. The next question comes from Red Panda 26KS, which asks, "Why did you decide to start your YouTube channel?" That's interesting actually because I originally started this channel as like a Team Fortress 2 channel since I really liked Team Fortress 2 as a kid, and I was an SFM artist at the time under the alias Ray Marvin R. Yeah, very creative, man. Oh my god, what are you doing? And I would originally show off what I do as a SFM artist and probably do animations, but yeah, I gave it up in favor of music and I posted my music to my YouTube channel since I don't have any use for it anymore. But before YouTube, I posted my music first back on SoundCloud, and the page is still there today, and that's where I posted one of my first pieces from Opus 1 to Opus 10, which is my first suite. But there is a time limit on SoundCloud, and SoundCloud Pro is too expensive for me at that time, so I decided I switched to YouTube. And at first, I did the bare minimum to make an audio file, a video on Windows Live Maker, and plastering an image that I think will complement the music. But there are times that I use my face as the image. I don't know what I was thinking at that time. Don't ask me. Ask my 12-year-old self that. The format has stayed the same, with a little editing from, I think, the orchestral arrangement for the Blue Night song, until I decided to change it by using C music as the visualizer of the music. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. Abraham Cruz Alcala asks, "What are some of the disadvantages in making pieces?" Well, they're not necessarily disadvantages. I think you're referring to like challenges in making pieces like this. So I'll answer the question as what I understood it to be. The first challenge in making pieces is trying to come up with an idea that sticks to you until you finish it. There are times where when I'm trying to improvise but on the next piece, I have an idea that could be good, but then it doesn't stick to me until I finish it. So what end up doing was scrapping it or repurposing it for a different piece that I will plan to make. So yeah, it is sometimes frustrating to scrap an idea, but sometimes it is a better thing to do than just struggle to come up with any ideas to bridge it. The second challenge is related to the first one, which is trying to continue the idea you came up with, and in the middle of it you just got stuck. Yeah, there are times where I was writing a piece like really fast, like I'm on a roll and rating the pieces, but then there's a part where I struggle to like connect anything that is related to the piece. Um, So what I end up doing is taking a break for a minute or two so that I can come up with fresh ideas that might work on the piece, or or in a worst case scenario, just give up on it entirely and start it over again. So yeah, those are some of the challenges as a composer that I have to do sometimes. And yeah, Chris Love asks, "Are you epic?" I don't know. You tell me. I mean, I'm not the type to gloat on my achievements, so yeah, you have to give your own conclusions on that. An artist asks, "What would happen if you asked Rick Astley for the movie Up?" Um, I don't know. Make married life. Never gonna give you up. I don't know. I'll give that question to the fans instead of me. Um, I think they'll get a better ideas. You know the rules. And so do I. Next question comes from oh wait, I thought of someone else.
I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking legs.
Like I was saying, the next question comes from Austin G, which asks, "What is the best stream quote once and for all? Quote 6 or quote 12?" For those who are looking for context, this is from the Musical Basics Twitch stream, which we have like we have a bank for quotes. So I mean, quote 12 is good, but let's face it, quote 6 is perfection. Michael Shen asks us two questions. Are you human or a supernatural being that has mastered all aspects of musicking? If the answer is yes, then provide proof. Okay, who do you think I am? Jacob Collier. Yes, I'm a human and I live like a human. I speak like a human and I act like a human, so I'm a human. 2 minor 7 flat 5? Uh, yes. The next question comes from Fabian Mark, which asks, "Do you have any tips on getting started with writing music for piano?" The first thing that I would tell a beginner in composition is improvise on the piano on what your idea of what you're trying to write. That way, you have an idea on what it should sound like to you. And if you're starting to write what you're thinking of, then you should practice transcribing because it will help you write your improvisation correctly. Go watch your
Uh-oh. Stinky.
asks, if I ever make an anime, can I use your music? With Cardboard Reddit, of course. You can, as long as my music is not copyrighted, which it probably wouldn't when I get older, so use it when you can. This next question, it taps into my real life self. It's from my friend Insheti. Uh, Thoughts on your squad? Um, uh, okay, dude. Okay, you do know no one will get this, right? You will know like 99% of my viewers, but okay, I'll answer the question for you. 2 words: utter chaos. Kenna Crane asks, "How does corn inspire you?" What the Okay. So, I do have an answer to this question. Are you ready? Here we go. You could say that growing corn is a good way to harvest a grain of inspiration. You can also say that it's the seed of all your music. Oh no. Shout out to Zelensky. He came up with this. Okay, so we have the last few questions to worry about, and it's none other than Sammy, also known as Kasisleka, whatever the fuck that means. He says, "Instead of wasting your time with more questions," oh, trust me, I will answer those questions. I'll get to it in the end. "I would love to hear you tell about one of the funniest or awkward moments in your life. If you don't feel comfortable, just tell your funniest." So it wasn't necessarily me who got involved in this situation, but oh, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. in my whole life. So, we had a practice for a production at my school's amphitheater, and the girl who is the club president at the time and the boy which is the bassist just mess around with each other. But here's the thing: the boy holds a jar, not necessarily a jar, but a bucket of biscuits. They got a bit too rowdy while everyone's watching, and guess what happens? The biscuits inside the bucket fell to the ground. Witnessing what's happening in front of us, we all just laughed and left the amphitheater, and we had to let some noise because it's so funny that we can't even contain our laughter. Oh, yeah, good times. Good times. Oh. And here we are to the final questions, which I'll treat these as the lightning round. And yeah, the lightning round is basically I'll answer these questions as fast as possible. Are you ready? Oh, absolutely, yeah. Here we go. How can I become such a giga like you are? Ask someone else, I don't know. Opinions on Composer Squid, also known as Lasikaitsu. Is a pretty edgy but a very good composer. Why are almost all your pieces in major instead of minor? I like to be happy. I don't want to be reminded of my own sadness. How did you become so good at composing? Practice! How long have you been playing? Around 5 years now. How long have you been composing? Around the same time. I don't know. Opinions on cheese. They're pretty good, but I am lactose intolerant. Number 8! Oh, you think this video is gonna end, huh? Well, I have some few announcements to tell you guys. So, first of all, did you know I have a second channel? It's called Rizal Beans, but I think I'll change the name soon. I post racing content or meme stuff or whatever I feel like it in there. So, if you want more content like that, then please subscribe to that channel. It's good content. As long as I put effort in it, but anyway. The second is I apologize for taking so long to make this video. Yeah, I'm just being a pro at procrastinating, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I apologize for that. Hopefully I get back to the regular schedule of one video per week, but with school coming around in a few weeks, then yeah, we'll see about that. The third announcement, well, it's not an announcement per se, but thank you to the patrons, or well, 2 of my patrons. They help me buy some new gear like a grand piano, which is a Roland FP50, and this new laptop that I'm currently using, the IdeaPad Gaming 3. So thanks to the patrons who help me do this. If you want to be a Patreon and help me run this channel shebang, then go to the description and choose your plan. Yeah. Oh, but seriously though, by becoming a patron, you will get a bunch of benefits such as behind the scenes content, patron-only polls, early access to unreleased pieces, and so much more. So, if you want to be ahead of the others, whatever, then I encourage you to go to my Patreon page and spend money to me. I don't know. Whatever. You do. My final announcement for this video is thank you for making this far. I mean, I never thought you'd be here listening to my cranky ass voice for, I don't know, 20 minutes now, and yeah, I really appreciate it. If you like my voice or like this type of content like this, then let me know in the comments or smash the like button. I don't know. Check my socials in the description, and yeah, see you in the next video.